for my car, for my bike, for everything. Just a few more dollars. In the shed here, and this shelving has to go because I need this extra width. The shelving, this is the ones we pulled out of an old supermarket. Anyway, there's 4 bays by 5.5, so we've got like 25 bays. We're going to pull the whole lot out so we can, because we want to spray the car ASAP. It's a quality shelf. The shelving is made out of Bakelite, believe it or not. Bakelite, the good insulating product. I just want to get him back, want to give him an uppercut. It's just a song. It's just a build-up of grime. See that? So we just clean all this up, and really, if you think I look a bit nervous or a bit apprehensive, so Mrs. on me back, and held a collection of stuff over 2 years. Well, it's probably 3 years. Tools and nuts and bolts and things that you buy, like a jump pack, right? Makita drills, riv guns, all sorts, oils. We've got cases there, wheel braces, spanners, all sorts. I have to condense this all, look myself in the mirror and say, look, mate, you went a bit over. You didn't go in the realm of hoarding. It was well on the way. I had to come clean. I had to forgive myself. About to cry, get rid of all my good metal. I'm a fabricator, fitter, mechanic. You don't get rid of metal. One day in 25 years you might use that little screwdriver. Yeah. Doctor told me to lose weight. I said, yeah, no worries. So I'm gone for the new cereal. Give us a Kit Kat any day. Have a break. They call it an episode. They call it the channel. Call it all sorts. But what do I call it? I call it enjoy myself. All right, wife's allowed me to have a year off, and so I could build this car, and I'll fulfill it because we said we're going to plan to finish. Now, there was one comment, someone commented, I know the person's a nurse, and they were not complaining, they were just saying they were after some merch with holes in my jacket. Well, the reason why there's holes there is because the grinder, see, here it is. When you grind, it goes into you. Now, if you're a nurse, nurses repair people, all right? But I'm not that way. I protect myself, and even if I've got holes in my jacket, who cares? Yes. 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 I'm free as a bird. Free as a bird. Yeah, having a good time. Good kangarooing time. I've got inspection plates on the front here. We didn't have any, so I had to buy these from eBay. I think underneath they're rusty, so I'll have to pickle them clean. So the inspection plates go here for the steering box. Now, this is a replacement front, so it's got, I think that was blank. And all the panels, repo panels, are made, majority are made for left-hand drive. So the steering box would have been on the left-hand side. What about the right-hand drive countries? So the person who did it just cut a massive hole. And here, see there? So it leaves a gap. So what I've done for the gap in the market, I've made a template template like that, and that is going to go like this, just like that. See, the other side I'll have to do a little patch. Well, it won't take long to do, to fill those corners in. And then that, it's an inspection hole for the steering box, and also that's got a dome on it. See, it's domed, and it has to have a little bit of clearance as well. And then, so that's those two. I might as well hook in. I'm getting a lot more space now, because this, by the weekend, this rack will be out and I'll be flying. Space, lots of space. Cleaning out my rubbish. Space. Continuing, of course, there's a lot of other things that get in the way, like going out and picking things up and that on this build. See here, I've cut these holes. Those ones go over there, so it's right hand drive, so you can actually adjust your steering box to whatever you want. It's rarely you have to go in there. There must be something wrong. A little bit of gear oil in your steering box, but what I'm after in the next 2 days, I want this in primer. Not the whole car, but all the parts that I've worked on, I want it in primer, so then I can sand it down till final grit of 500 dry. And then once you get it to 500, then you can spray your top coat. Everything has to be 500 and then dry, or if you want to do it wet, you do 400. Give me this spans here where I had the shelving, and the shelving was 5 meters long by 320 deep, and of course it was almost 2 meters high through here, and quite happy to rip it out. Should have been out a long time ago, because what it is, as I said, I had to come clean, and you know, on the brink of hoarding, too much stuff. But what I wanted to do is do restoration, car mechanics and all that. Of course you have to have metal, spare parts, fluids and all that, but I'm not going down that route. I'm restoring this car, and that's about it. Bit sad end. So I just had to cut my tyres with all the goodies I had stored up, you know, and put that back into the build, that cash, and because it does need curly and mow to do the headlining, and while they're doing the headlining, I've got the carpets, the underlaid for the headlining. I've got the seats done, and the windows and the seals. They're going to put all that in while it gets transported down. Just cleaning all this up, which is the leftovers from the racking, and if I pick all that up and clean it up, then I can move the car in the middle. Then I can work around it. There's nothing worse. You got to work on one little portion here, and then you got so much stuff crammed underneath. You getting it done. You and me, we're getting it done, because I like some help from other people. But where are they? Especially on a sunny day like today, riding my motorbike and running off for a brew behind the missus back. Yeah, nothing better than that. Oh, come on. Here's the Bakelite shelving on top, just a bit dusty. And here we've got the bolts, and they're like bronze bolts with square nuts, and they're I can tell that is BSW, quarter-inch BSW. So unusual British standard Whitworth. I'm a toolmaker, so you got to know those things. If someone asked me to cut that thread on the lathe, no problem, George. So here's the shelving. We had one buyer, he jumped out. It's a bit of work, and he said, "Oh, I'm out." He said he was going to come, but now he's not. So we've got another lady coming, and what we do is just pop the screws in there and hold the shelf up, and you can build it however long you are. This is one of the best shelving I've ever owned my entire life, and it's got these frames here, and they go on the front. Look at that, beautifully welded, and that is, I don't know how they done it, that's chrome on the outside. I'm going to show this lady how to put it together, and I bet you she will ask me, folks, she will ask me, "Can you come back to my house and build it?" Well, tea and scones and £25, that's a good teaser, isn't it, hey? But for two, the missus and myself, because she's me partner, she's me, you know, she can really help, and but I help her, and she's great. Closing on this epi, I got the whole racking, shelving all out, and it's given me this extra space here. See, I can work on this door, oh, that door, and you can see how I've scuffed all this, scuffed it all around here. Now after the next day or so, I'm going to start masking up, blow the primer in there. Nice thick primer. If it's not thick enough, I can use high build as well. So it's pretty similar. They both shrink, so you have to give them a few days before you do the extra. Hoarding can be real. I didn't get to the massive end of it, but boys do like, and human beings like to collect things because it's a material world. And so thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Onwards and upwards. Have a look at this bad boy, look, and it's a bit of a balance trick at the moment, look.
You don't have to let